I want to thank everybody for coming today to Friday's Heroes. We have a very special story today, and we are also going to be talking about a Gathering of Nations, which, as most everybody knows, is one of the just truly great events that happens in the city of Albuquerque. April is Child Abuse Awareness Prevention Month, and we are spending this month with our Friday's Heroes talking about folks in our community who are making a big difference and a positive difference when it comes to the really the important topic of child abuse and the prevention. And just today, again, you know, we're hearing stories this week in our city and really around the country about child abuse. And today we're honoring a hero who has really taken not only his career to work in an area of crimes against children at the Albuquerque Police Department, but who's taken some very special steps to help a very special young man. Today we're honoring retired APD officer Casey Den Hollander, who is with us today, whose handling of a child abuse case back in the 1990s inspired such compassion and concern that he would forge a relationship with Patrick on a lifetime basis. Casey Den Hollander was a detective with APD's Crimes Against Children unit when he responded to a case involving 2-year-old Patrick France, who was seriously abused and left with some significant disabilities. Casey is a former Marine, and he's a veteran police officer, and he knew that in order to be most effective at his job, for the most part as a police officer, sometimes you have to do your best to just take the professional angle on the case, but in this case he did much more. When he handled young Patrick's case in 1993, he was so moved by the experience that he felt compelled to make an exception to the rule of trying to separate yourself from your work. Patrick was abused by his mother's boyfriend, and the crime was violent, and Patrick suffered some severe damage, so much so that he was in a coma for almost 3 months following the incident. Through his work on the case, Casey encountered Patrick again about a year later at a public awareness meeting, and at that point he was in the custody of a family friend. Casey was concerned to find out that there hadn't been a lot of progress made at that point in time. So from that point on, Casey visited Patrick almost every single week. In 1996, due to an illness of his guardian, Patrick was placed in the care of one of the most wonderful places on earth, which is Casa Angelica, home for developmentally disabled children here in Albuquerque. Casey continued to be part of Patrick's life, and in 2001 he made the decision to seek partial custody of Patrick and become his adoptive father. Casey retired in 2005 from the Albuquerque Police Department, and he devotes a majority of his time to taking care of his son, Patrick, who's with us today, who is now 23 years old. Great to meet Patrick earlier. As you can see, Patrick has some challenges, but his favorite activities include going to concerts. He likes to go to the ballet, baseball games, and listening to stories read to him by his father, and he takes particular joy in hearing Casey mimic some of the voices in the characters of the books that he reads to Patrick. So in honor of Child Abuse Prevention Month, Casey Den Hollander is this week's Friday's hero.
Thank you.
Casey,
thank you.
What a great story.
Thank you.
What a great story. You know, it's a selfless act, obviously, but this is what makes a community special when you see you know, stories of tragedy turn into stories of hope and love and kindness. And so we have, I know you may want to say just a few words, but we have a few things for you first. And what we'd like to do is present you with our Friday's Heroes coin that we give to our police officers and firefighters generally. Okay. But this month we're giving the Friday's Heroes coin to those who are working with child abuse prevention.
It's a nice coin. Look at that. Huh? Nice coin. Yes.
We also have a certificate for you, and we also have 4 biopark tickets, 4 Albuquerque Museum tickets, some balloon museum tickets, and some reserve level tickets to 4 isotopes.
You
for the
like
isotopes.
to go to those places.
So,
all right.
So anyway,
all right, great.
Casey, you're an inspiration to all of us. Patrick, you are as well, my friend. Yeah. And we thank you for coming in today.
Thank you.
You want to share a few words with us? or do you want to just maybe do
Sure.
some media
Well,
afterwards?
I will just say that Patrick is my hero.
Yeah.
I appreciate all of the good words, accolades, and all that, and I understand that people are moved by what I did. At the same time, I want you to know that Patrick is really my hero in life. He really puts up with a whole lot of things. He's actually he's a wonderful guy, and we have a great relationship. He makes the difference in my life that I made in his.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. God bless what you're doing.
Thank you.